What is going on? We got a good weather day here in Omaha finally. A week ago, there was just snow everywhere. Now it's all melted. It's about 50 degrees right now, so way better than what I was sprinting in the last month or so in the cold, frigid temperatures. So it should be good today. Today is more of a focus on sprints from a dead stop. So we're still going to do some like bounding, marching, more warm-up type drills. And then at the end, I have a 10 by 10 yard sprints essentially from a 2-point stance. So that's just standing on 2 legs, 1 foot in front of the other. And then supersetted in between those for the first few sets will be staggered stance broad jumps, which will be fun. So finally, we got a little bit different of a workout that we'll show you. It's a little windy, so hopefully the wind doesn't obscure the sound too much. So excited to get going. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we're just going to start with some easy jogs forward and back, some skips, and some side shuffles. Usually I do some calf isometrics while holding something, like bracing against something. I'm going to modify that a bit. So what it's going to look like here is kind of crouching down, holding for 3 seconds, and then going up on my toe for 3 seconds. And then, I don't know if I could balance for this one, but standing up on my toe for 3 seconds. So I'll show you on the other side. We're crouching, then I'm going up on my toe. Then I'm going to stand all the way up for 3 seconds. That's my modified version. Because it's a lot harder when you can't hold on to shit. Okay, all right, now we'll just show you some walking lunges real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to do some light bounds, 2 sets, 20 to 30 yards. Get things rolling. Right, now we got a run, gear 1, meaning I'm only going to bring my feet up to about like ankle level. So here we go. Short, choppy. You gotta stay a little more relaxed with that. That same one, it's an A run, but now it's gear 3, meaning I'm gonna bring my feet up to about knee height. So here we go. Try to stay relaxed. Legs are feeling nice and warm. Kind of fatigued from my Monday squat session, but you know, we'll see what's there. I'm gonna do some power skips, 1 to 2 rounds of 20 yards, probably 2 rounds here. Okay, so now I'm gonna do what's called gearing bounds. So I have 30 yards marked off here. I'm going to do a lighter bound from 0 to 10 yards. From 10 to 20, what you can see here basically, I'm going to gear it up to kind of a medium. And then the last 10, I'll gear it back down to a light bound. So you're just going to see the more intense part that looks cooler. So that's why I have the camera there. I felt pretty good with the performance there. Left knee is a little sensitive. which is funny because usually it's hard for me to push off my right leg, but my Achilles are actually feeling pretty good. So we'll still like gauge the force levels, and that's what's good about these, because you're in control. You go as hard as you want on that medium tier portion and as light as you want on the light portion. So I'm just kind of feeling out what my body can handle today. Knee didn't hurt. Second round especially, I felt the most relaxed. It was probably going the furthest. Third round felt a little stiff, but like I'm sure quality-wise it looks way better than in previous weeks. Okay, so now we have a fun little circuit here. So what I'm going to be doing is 2-point stance, 10-yard sprints, and then supersetted with those, at least at the beginning, is I'm going to do staggered stance broad jumps. Because what's not talked about a ton, at least to like the layperson, is when you're starting from a sprint, a lot of people think you're just going to push off of that front leg, but you're actually pushing from both legs, and especially that back leg. So that's what the staggered stance broad jumps are kind of cueing, especially in between the sets of the sprints, is they're going to cue me to push through both of the legs and maintain that positive forward shin angle. So I strained my groin a little bit last week. It's feeling pretty good. So I'm not necessarily going to go all out on these, but both with the staggered stance broad jumps and the 10-yard sprints, I will kind of slowly increase my intensity to what is a tolerable ceiling, which I don't know what that'll be yet. So we'll do a couple broad jumps first, see how it feels. And I'm actually purposely rolling through the landing. I'm not trying to stick it like an actual broad jump measurement. So now we'll do first set of sprints. We'll keep it light. So now I'm just going to switch up my stance, right leg in front instead of left. I've talked about this before, but sprinting is a little bit of a paradox because it's a form of relaxed aggression. So it's violent in max effort, but you also don't want to tense up and be rigid. I think for people who are used to like a weight training environment, who never necessarily did track or worked on like sprinting, they have a tendency to like tighten up because, you know, when we're lifting, we're staying tight. But sprinting, it's violent, but you're trying to stay relaxed. And that's about like the best way I can explain it. Because like a lot of times the best times you record are when you're the most relaxed, and it doesn't make sense, but it kind of does because there's no wasted energy, right? You're putting force into the ground violently, but you're smooth with it. So I'm going to do another couple of sets of broad jumps here. We'll just go right into the sprints. Felt a little tense on that one, so I'm going to try to keep it smoother. So that's probably it for the broad jumps. I'm just going to finish with doing all the sprints here. I'm excited to look at that one because that probably felt the smoothest. So I'm just telling myself, low shin angle, project out, stay smooth. So now the full 10 yards should be in view now. So I'm telling myself, stay smooth, stay relaxed, project out, don't reach. When I say project out, I mean like pushing my hips forward, maintaining that positive shin angle without trying to reach. You know, the interesting thing is that one actually felt the best. It's actually feeling better with my right leg in front. I think I'm pretty good, like for the first 3 strides.
and then I kind of get in my head on like stride 3 through 6. So now these last two, I think these are my last two. I'm just going to focus on staying relaxed and loose through the full 10 instead of just the first 2 strides. Because I feel like I'm pushing well, projecting through the first 2 or 3, and then tensing up a little bit. So let's see if we can't make this more relaxed. Okay, so still staying smooth. Nothing changes. We don't try to push to go fast. We push in the sense of driving to the ground, but by push, I'm meaning like tense up in this case. So smooth through the 10. Project out, big shapes, stay smooth.